I thought moving to a new neighborhood would bring us closer, but instead, it tore everything apart. My name is Maya. I'm 34. I was married for 8 years, and I'm telling you this story because someone out there needs to understand what real betrayal looks like. Not in a movie, but in the quiet, empty moments of real life. When James, my husband, got a big promotion, we decided to leave the chaos of the city behind. We found this picture-perfect suburban neighborhood. Big trees, big porches, people smiled when they passed. Kids rode bikes in cul-de-sacs like some kind of postcard. It felt like a new beginning, a fresh start. Our house was stunning. Warm wood floors, a fenced yard for our dog, and a kitchen that looked like it belonged in a magazine. I remember unpacking boxes and feeling hope, like this chapter would be the one where we became a team again. The neighbors were overly sweet, cookies at the door, invites to wine nights and barbecues. Everyone knew everyone. And at first, I loved it. For a while, James and I laughed more. We hosted little dinners, we decorated together, we even planted a garden. But something shifted. I noticed the way some of the neighborhood wives would look at James. Lingering smiles, too much laughter at his jokes. One woman in particular, Tessa, always out watering her plants in tight leggings, always out when James happened to be walking the dog. Then James started acting different. He said work was stressful, he stayed later, he brought his phone with him everywhere, even to the bathroom. He brushed off conversations with, "I'm just tired," or "You're overthinking again." He stopped touching me, stopped looking at me the way he used to. I told myself marriage goes through phases, that I just needed to be patient, supportive. Then came the restaurant moment. I suggested we go to our favorite little Italian place, the one where he first told me he loved me. He told me he had a late meeting. That same night, I was scrolling Instagram. One of the neighbors had posted a blurry shot from that exact restaurant. In the background, clear as day, James, sitting across from someone, smiling. My stomach sank. The next day, I started noticing patterns. James always took the dog out at the same time, always past Tessa's house. He began showering the moment he got back, saying he'd sweated a lot. He never used to do that. Then I found the messages. It started with one. Our shared iPad had synced with his WhatsApp. I clicked it without thinking. What I saw? Flirty messages to not just one woman, but several. Emojis, nicknames. Every Thursday night. Wine night for the girls. Late meetings for James. The door would lock and unlock in patterns that didn't lie. Then I waited for my moment. It was a Saturday. James insisted we host a barbecue. Said it would help us reconnect with the neighbors. I smiled and nodded, played the perfect wife. I grilled, I poured drinks. I even complimented Tessa on her dress. Then I connected my phone to the backyard speaker system and played the voice note. Tessa's voice, whispering James's name, laughing, moaning. Silence fell like a thunderclap. Someone dropped a plate. Kids stopped running. James turned the color of ash. I looked at him, then at Tessa, and I simply said, "Enjoy your little soap opera. I'm canceling my subscription." I walked inside, grabbed my purse, took the dog, and left. That night, I booked a hotel. The next week, I filed for divorce. James tried to apologize, begged me to come home, said it was just a phase, that none of them meant anything, that it was my fault for being disfont. But I didn't waver. Tessa? Her husband left her too, and suddenly she wasn't out watering her garden anymore. I moved back to the city, found a job, started therapy. I began rebuilding my life, quietly, painfully, but truthfully. Because sometimes, when the cracks in your life get too wide, no amount of pretending can seal them. You have to break it and rebuild from scratch. What I learned is this: people cheat for many reasons, but none of them are good enough. Love is not just about chemistry, it's about respect. And once that's gone, so is everything else. If your gut says something's wrong, listen. Because real love doesn't hide its phone. It doesn't sneak around, and it damn sure doesn't flirt over the garden fence. I didn't lose a husband. I lost a lie. And in its place, I found myself again.